Lori Shaw with Renaissance Periodization. Today we're gonna make salsa meatloaf. This is from the first cookbook, The Renaissance Kitchen, and this is probably one of the most popular recipes from the book. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So you start with whole grain crackers, and I know that some of you guys have said, like, I can't find them, where are they? So, I mean, it depends on where you go, of course. If you go to like a more of a higher end grocery store, if you go to like a health food market, you'll be able to find more of those. If you don't have that near you and you just have a regular grocery store, it's okay for you just to get like the whole wheat Ritz version. I mean, if that's the best you can do, like, don't not make the recipe because you can't find like 100% whole grain crackers. So we're gonna mix the crackers with some cumin, some garlic powder, salt and pepper before I forget. A little bit of cinnamon. I know that's a little bit unexpected, but you'll like it in there, I promise. And then some salsa. You can make your own. Luckily, you can buy a lot of salsa that doesn't have anything extra in it. It's really just veggies, and that's what you're looking for. So take the salsa and mix in this cracker mix. So just kind of toss that together. Moisten those crackers, and then let that sit while you're mixing up the actual meatloaf. So we're going to use egg whites with lean ground beef. It's always the 90% or better lean ground beef on the RP templates. That's what we always have on there as your lean ground beef option, 90% or better. And then some 2% shredded mozzarella cheese. So you just wanna mix this in. Get those egg whites distributed, get the cheese throughout. So we've got that incorporated, and now you're just gonna add this in. Now that it's sat there a little bit off to the side, it's a little bit thicker, it's absorbed, those crackers have absorbed the moisture, so it's kind of a thicker mixture. Add that in, and just kind of lightly toss it. Again, you just wanna incorporate it into the meat, get it mixed up throughout. It's gonna add just great flavor and great moisture, and it acts as a binder. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then take a baking sheet with lined with foil. You could also use parchment. So I'm gonna spray this really well. With a coconut oil spray, you can use olive oil spray, canola oil spray, whatever you like. Turn this out onto your pan, and then we're gonna shape this. So this is something a little bit different than probably what you've seen with meatloafs before. We actually should call this like meat square instead of meatloaf, because I don't shape it like a loaf. One, it's harder to portion when it's shaped like this because, you know, you can't just slice it and get even portions. And two, I just always worry about getting it cooked throughout. Okay, so I just shaped this into like a rectangle and tried to even it out as much as I could in terms of thickness. And then it's gonna cook nice and evenly. It has plenty of room on the sides for the grease to run off. We'll get rid of that when it comes out before we top this with sauce. So we're gonna cook this for a little bit, let it get primarily cooked so we're not dealing with raw meat, and then we're gonna take it out. We're gonna whip up a super quick like ketchup sauce. We're gonna brush that on the top, and then we'll put it back in to finish it off. All right, guys, time to make our topping for the meatloaf. And we're gonna spread it all over the top, and then we'll finish baking the meatloaf. So it's just a really quick 4-ingredient topping, and you don't have to cook it first or anything like that. It's just gonna go on cold. All right, so we've got tomato paste in here, some tomato sauce, Worcestershire, lime juice, and a pinch of salt. Stir that up. And just spread it over the top. And obviously there's nothing bad for you in that sauce. So if you are like love the sauce person, I mean, double it, make 1.5 times, whatever you want. But this is a pretty good amount so that every bite's gonna have a little bit of that flavor. That's it. We'll pop it back into the oven to finish cooking it. All right, guys, so I pulled out the meatloaf and I just let it sit for about 10 minutes. It's like most baked dishes like that. You can't take it out piping hot and just cut right into it. It needs to relax a little bit, set up, get a little bit more cut friendly. So I let it set for about 10 minutes and then I went ahead and cut it into chunks and moved it onto here because I really wanted you to see inside of the meatloaf. You can see that salsa, the veggies in there. That just adds tons of moisture. But definitely give it a shot. This is definitely one that your whole family will enjoy.